Hi everyone. What I thought I would actually do is clean out a Barney's little tub for her today. Sorry if it's a little bit dark, but I'm not going to be staying here. I'm actually going to be picking a Barney up and we're going to go and sit outside under the back veranda today. The sun is still shining quite nicely, so I thought it would be actually, pretty good for Barney to come out and have a little bit or enjoy some of that sunshine. So just getting her out, if you can see her, and we're going to make our way all out the back. So just hang in there, and we'll go out this back door, if I can open it, with a snake on one hand and a camera in the other. So let's go. Let there be light is the word. So here she is, my little girl that she is, and it's a little bit windy, but it's not cold at all, and she'll get quite a bit of body heat or hand heat off of me. I'll put the camera this way, I think, today, and try and put that down a little bit. What do you think, Barney? All those new smells for her out here. I've never actually had a Barney outside, so this is really her first little bit of time out here with me. I'm not going to put her on the ground or anything yet. She's a little bit little as such, but she's growing. She's growing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, seeing as a Barney's my littlest, though she was a lot smaller when I actually did get her. But a question was asked, and I was asked if I could do a video about what I thought about maintenance feeding snakes. Well, breeders, I guess, is more the word about. I hope that sun isn't too bad for the camera, or what you can see with that sun shining in. But what did I think of breeders' maintenance feeding? Well, to be honest, it's pretty crap, actually, is the word when you think about it. That essentially all that a breeder is doing is keeping a snake alive and just keeping it alive to sell it. And the problem is that they don't want to put too much money into a snake at all. The least amount of money that they put into it, the more money they'll get back for that snake. So that's not a very good reason to maintenance feed snakes, basically. And not only that, a lot of people, even if they're picking up a 2-year-old that has been pretty much just kept alive by being maintenance fed, because the breeders knowing they're not going to keep it, they're not going to use it as a breeder or for any other purpose, it's just to sell it on to somebody. That snake's growth will be stunted, and that will never change. that snake is going to always be stunted in its growth. So that's the shame of maintenance feeding, and it's sometimes, and you'll know when you get that snake if it's being fed appropriately or it's been maintenance fed. They're skinny, they're smaller than what they should be, and that is because they come from a breeder that has just fed them enough to keep them alive to sell to you. And honestly, I wouldn't buy from a breeder that did that with their snakes, and a lot do. And it's not in the best interest of the snakes, it's in the best interest of the breeder. And I guess I can go over and over and over that and say to you, because it is all about the money in the end. It's not about the snake's well-being at all. It's money, people. So no, I don't agree, and I think it's pretty disgusting that breeders do that. My goodness. For me, there's no excuse. Just no excuse other than greed. So, if you go to get a snake from somebody and it looks smaller for its age and skinny, pretty easy to say something. Even though you will hear, oh no, I fed them every week and they're eating such and such, no problems whatsoever. And you get that snake home and it doesn't do what that breeder told you it does. And that there is no way that snake or hatchling can take the size of, say, a fuzzy. It should, if it were the right size for its age. And that's why they'll tell you it's eating a fuzzy, and yet it refuses fuzzies and will only take rat pups. So you judge yourself and call it for what it is, and don't always believe what the breeder is actually telling you. So that's how I feel about maintenance feeding snakes, whether they be hatchlings or they be a year old, and some can be 2 years old and still just being maintenance fed. So I'm not going to say to you don't buy that particular snake, because the sooner you buy it and the sooner you get it home and you start feeding it regularly and properly, that snake is going to put on some weight and be a whole lot more healthier. And I would want you to take it home and not refuse it because it's been stunted and is skinny. But I would want you to actually confront that breeder and say this is the wrong thing to be doing, because you don't want to spend too much money on each of those particular snakes. So I hope that for my subscriber who requested this, gives you an idea of how I feel about it. I would like everybody else to leave a comment and let me know what you think about that as well. I do always love hearing from you all and what your opinions are as well. That's what is important, is your views on it, not just mine as an individual. It's as a collective, and it's always as a collective that things will change. it takes a whole lot of us, not just one person. And that's why I would like everybody to be a part of leaving a comment and speaking up. That's really, really important for the welfare of all the snakes out there, because they don't have a voice. We really are their voice, and they rely on us to be that for them. Don't we? Don't you, Miss Apani, who is little thing that she is? You know, I had Lily out earlier, and it's weird going from a big girl to this tiny little girl. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I just want to say to you all, take care of yourself, your family, and these beautiful creatures. So ciao.